How's it going, guys? We're back. We had a thought. We were thinking about texting.
Yes, we were.
And this was a conversation we had the other day that really kind of got us going.
Yeah,
Kind of got the wheels turning.
really grinding our gears.
Yeah. You know, what really grinds my gears is modern day texting and what it's doing to us.
It's awful. It
Yeah.
really is.
I don't want to sound like I am 65 years old, but I don't know. It's really weird. You know, back in the day, back before I was even a concept, I've heard my parents talk about this, where it's like, you know, you had the phone in the house, and that was
Yep.
it on the wall, or
Mhm.
you know, the landline or whatever. And we had those when I was a kid. You know,
Yeah.
I had those in the house when we were kids, but there's just like a certain I don't know what the word, like a threshold. Threshold is not the right word, but it's like we have less privacy because the landline, the concept of the landline, you can only reach someone via their telephone if they're at home.
Yeah.
And nowadays, all someone's got to do is just have my phone number and send me a message or try to call me, which is super annoying. Anytime they want, right?
Yeah. There's never a time where you're really like alone.
Yes.
You're always
Yes.
reachable.
And that's kind of where, because I used to think being called out of the blue is a lot more annoying, but I think now being texted out of the blue is a lot more annoying. Because, and I feel like we're gonna get into some like Seinfeld, Larry David,
Oh,
Curb Your
absolutely.
Enthusiasm territory with this video, because there's so much. Texting is like a social contract, right? Okay. So then there's levels, of course. Say you text me,
Yeah.
which usually you call,
I'm big
or
on
you
calling
text if you you can't. I see a text from him, I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll respond.
Yeah.
I see a text from someone I work with, I'm like, okay, I have to answer this in a certain amount of time that's like, acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to answer this person because they're like, what are they even trying to say to me,
Absolutely.
If I get a text from, a boss or a manager, it's like, oh my God, I have to respond. I'm freaking out, I'm
Yeah.
stressing out. Don't even get me started on Snapchat, where you can't, listen, I am a classic overthinker.
Mm-hmm.
If you are sending me a message and I can't just read it without opening it,
Yep.
and you knowing that I opened it, I'm freaking out.
Dude, I'm king of the half swipe, Yep.
Yep.
I'm a big half swiper.
Thank God for that.
Dude, if they patch the half swipe, it's over,
it's
dude.
over, dude.
But no,
What do you think?
I do think a lot of anxiety stems from the text.
Yes.
And a big part of that for me is I understand there's definitely possibilities to express tone. You can express yourself through
Yes.
text, right? But a lot of what happens in conversation, like what we're doing right here, I'm expressing with my hands. You can hear by where I'm putting my voice
Yes.
what I'm intending to say with my
I can
words.
see your body and your facial language.
Yes, body language is huge for me. It makes it so much easier to understand what's happening and read the situation. And I hate texting because I feel like if I'm texting you, half of my message is lost just
Yes.
because you can't
Yes.
see me. If I'm saying something sarcastically, unless it's a completely absurd thing,
Yes.
you're not going to notice it. It's very frustrating in that matter. And I like what you were saying about the social contract,
Yeah.
because there's also the aspect of it of, well, I don't want to respond too fast
Yes.
because it looks like I'm just
Yes.
on my phone all the time. I
Exactly.
have
You gotta
nothing to do.
respond
I'm
in
just
an
sitting there waiting
appropriate-
for your response.
Appropriate manner.
Especially when it comes to matters of love, where it feels like something can be going well and it feels like there's rapport and you're building a conversation.
Yes.
And then out of
And then
nowhere,
it's like,
Nothing.
The
And it's
Sahara
like,
Desert.
and you're sitting there reading that last message like, okay, what could I have cleaned up?
You're busting out the playbook like John Madden, seeing where the
Exactly.
defense went wrong, you know. But
So if you watch number 57 here,
but no, that's because I wanted to talk about that too.
Mm.
I wanted like texting when you're in the dating / talking phase with somebody.
yep.
Because I've experienced all kinds of things in that field where it's like, for example, I know we talked about this
Mm.
off camera, but where it's like, okay, maybe you're like really new to someone and you're about to go on the date. You haven't gone on that first or whatever, one of the first few dates yet, and you're texting a lot. And again, classic overthinker over here. We're texting back and forth so much where it's like, what are we going to talk about when we're actually face to face, you know?
Oh yeah,
It's like we're doing too much.
100%. You need
Yeah.
to save some of that surface level information.
Exactly.
I am actually in that position myself at the moment. I am going to meet someone for the first time this evening, and I don't feel like, thank you. I don't think anything went bad or anything like that. It's been a good conversation. Things have flowed, but things were flowing a little too much. Where even I would like, they had said something along the lines of, they were asking me like sort of a personal question, nothing crazy, but like it was something that it was going to be an in-depth conversation about, and I was like, not that I don't want to talk to you about that, but let's save that for when we're
Yeah.
sitting face to face.
Let me get in front of you for that.
Because a lot of what it breaks down to is a lot of being a person is there's the surface level information, and then the things that you need to know a person before you really
Yeah.
get into it.
Right.
And if you get stuck with only the get into it stuff, you can't go anywhere.
Right. You know, a little sidebar. Another thing I've experienced a few times with different people, especially like in the first date or you're going out, you're about to go on a date, is you ever have that thing happen where it's the day of, right? And you're otherwise the texts were flowing, getting appropriate timed responses.
Mm-hmm.
But on the day of, it's like you can't get to them.
You can't buy a text.
And then you're freaking out because it's like, oh my god, are we still doing this? Are things changing? Why aren't you? Is there something wrong?
Are you getting cold feet? Like, are we good still?
Yeah.
No, that's stressful, dude. It's a lot to unpack because it's like, okay, well, maybe this isn't just isn't really a very sociable person, which I have interacted with in this sphere, and don't get me wrong, great person that I'm referencing here, but like, she could only do so much socialization a day. It would like start to get to her. Fair, understand.
Absolutely.
But tell me this. Have that
Yeah.
conversation.
Well, and that goes hand in hand with how we kind of started it, where it's like, fucking, like privacy. Like,
Dude.
anyone is able to get a hold of me at any point of the day.
Yep.
And that's not healthy.
No, it's
That's
not.
not healthy. But
Like, I was playing disc golf earlier, and I get a call from someone close to me, a family member. No personal business here.
yeah.
But like, as much as I want to talk to you, I'm in the woods right now. My phone works, but my phone doesn't work. It's like a golf course. If
Exactly.
you're golfing, your phone don't work anymore.
And then people get upset that you don't respond in an appropriate manner.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you take a day or two to respond, they're like, well, I know you've been on your phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy hates me.
I didn't feel
That's
like
what-
talking. Sorry, dude.
And that too, that's because I've been there before where it's like someone that I want to talk to messages me and then maybe I forget to get back to them, or maybe I'm just not, when they message me, I'm not feeling it in the moment, so I
100%.
forget, slips my mind, and then a day goes by or 2 days go by and I'm like, oh, like I feel bad, but then it's also like, do I even respond at this point? Like, you know?
No, 100%.
It's weird.
Like, or especially you get something that's like really thought out, really important from this person, and it's something they really want to tell you, but like it just didn't work out right. Like timing doesn't work out, and they have to do it after the fact over text. Well, let's say you take a couple of days to respond, and then they hit you with a double text. And it's like, okay, now that you've double texted me, do you even deserve the first text? Like, it's frustrating, you know?
Man.
There's so many layers to it, and really, this could all be solved by one thing. the phone.
The phone call.
Just having a phone call. Hey, like, another problem is there's a lot of things that don't need to be handled over text.
Yes.
You need to tell me something important.
Yes.
Call me. If I'm busy, I'll call you when I'm available.
Yeah, and I've been guilty of that in the past because I think for me, it used to be this way. I've gotten a lot better with it, and I know this is for a lot of people, especially our generation, younger people, scared of phone calls.
Oh, 100%.
I used to literally, like, if someone called me, I was like, freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I had to, like, it was something important I had to actually answer, I was like freaking out.
Oh yeah.
But like that's something you gotta work on. If that's
100%.
because again I've had like very important conversations with people that over text that should have been done either face to face or that's the thing. I feel like the phone call should be the bare minimum.
In a lot of situations, it is the bare minimum.
But now the text is the bare minimum, and that is messed up. I
Well,
feel like it's a cop out.
It is a cop-out. It's like the Twitter warrior, right?
Yeah.
Where it's easier to say something through text than actually
Exactly,
verbalize it.
yeah.
I've been broken up with over text.
Me too, yeah.
I have broken up over text.
Yeah, me too.
And neither of them feel good.
No.
It feels like,
No.
okay, I will preface this. The person I broke up with over text definitely did not deserve a phone call because of how it went down.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, a breakup should be handled face to face. Or at the bare minimum, say there's distance, say there's conflict constrictions. A phone call is mandatory.
Yes.
Something that serious cannot be handled over text. There's no
yeah.
way to convey emotion on the level you need to.
I remember a time, and again, maybe this point is null and void because I've been guilty of it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a time when there was like, friends would be talking and be like, "Oh my God, they broke up with you over text." That's like, that's so messed up.
Yeah.
And now it's like I don't know. It's like very normalized to have these very serious conversations over text.
Which, I'm good with reading comprehension, right? I like to read. You know
Yes.
this. We've
Yes.
discussed books on many an occasion. But if I have to read a 200-word text, I'm blanking out halfway through, and I'm not really going to get everything I need to out of it. And in some ways, that feels like a problem on my end, and I'm not saying it's not. But conceptually, I shouldn't have to sit there and read multiple paragraphs in a text. Call me. This is a phone
Just
call.
call me, yeah.
Now, I kind of want to backtrack a little bit
Okay.
and talk about the inverse of this.
Yes.
There are definitely phone calls I have received where I would have much
been
preferred to
text,
get texted. Where it's like, you could have texted me
could have
this.
just texted
When
me
it's
this,
when it's like a minute 30 conversation on the phone at most, and both people talk during that time, unnecessary. There's too much to think about.
Yeah, there is. I was gonna say something.
Please
but,
say it. Say it.
I lost it.
Okay. I'm sure. You see, I think the real problem, the real crux of this issue, we have way too many ways to communicate.
Yes.
Like, have you ever been talking with someone? And guys, I want this to be known. This is not inherently about dating or anything like that. There's just a lot of examples that you can draw from the dating experience.
Yeah.
One of them that comes to mind is, have you ever been in a situation where you're texting with somebody, snapping them at the same time,
I was just about to say that.
and then responding to Instagram DMs?
I was just thinking about that.
For no reason.
That used to be something that I would, if I experienced that, it was like, oh my God, this is so great.
Oh yeah.
But personally, everyone that I've had that experience with, it didn't work out.
I just we're sitting in your basement on a Sunday, Trust me, it didn't work out on my end.
It didn't work out.
No, it never does because, okay, here's another big problem with texting. And this goes for family members, this goes for significant others, this goes for everything in that sphere. You don't have the opportunity to miss somebody. You are always in contact with them. Your text, imagine there's someone, call it a parent. You're texting with them all day. You have a couple conversations throughout the day. Next day, you might have a phone call. If you're living with them, you're going to see them at night.
Yeah.
When are you supposed to feel like, man, I really want to talk to that person? All you're doing is talking to them. Ow.
I think you hit the bar.
I definitely kicked the bar there.
No, that is very true. It's like this. One of my favorite a podcast I listen to. This guy always says, "How can you miss someone if they're always there?" You know.
Exactly. It's a frustrating concept.
How can you miss someone if they don't leave? You know. No, that's exactly it, and it's like, I don't know, really, you know, really gets to me sometimes.
It grinds my gears.
It grinds my gears, because it's like, or like, certain people. Okay, maybe there's a coworker, or maybe there's someone in the axis or the sphere of your friend group.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that like maybe is a friend of one of your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, you don't hate this person.
No.
You don't hate this person.
There's nothing wrong with them.
You don't hate this person. But, you know, they like maybe you get them on Snapchat or Instagram or something or TikTok, and then you realize, oh my God, this was such a mistake. They won't stop sending me things.
Oh yeah.
And then eventually you're like, you know, you react to the first couple. You know? You react to the first couple.
You have to.
Yeah, out of decency. And then after the 17th, you know, like, stupid meme, you don't even open.
No.
And then...
But then you're the bad guy.
But then you're the bad guy.
It's the implication. It's the implication that you don't like them. And it's never that you don't like them, it's that you don't need to see memes about nothingness.
Exactly.
Like, I don't need 6-7 memes. I never have and I never will, but you're still going to receive them because the implication is after the first like is that's what you want to see.
And that's how some people operate. And I want to circle back.
Please circle back. Let's get this
conversation
back together.
Is way too upbeat. Let's bring it back to a more soul crushing.
Yes. Please do.
Because again, going back to like the serious conversation thing, I feel like I'm not trying to be like, oh, wait about my own personal experience. You know, I'm not trying to be, a baby, but like
100%.
I feel like it's happened way too much where it's like, let's have this serious conversation over text, and then I have to sit there on my phone and read the most fucking devastating shit.
Oh, dude.
And over text.
Stuff that ruins the way you look at yourself. Things that should never be heard by a person, and you have to read the words off the screen. Don't.
I'll give you one example. This had me laying awake at night for months when it happened.
I got an example too.
I love it. I was working it was at my first job. It was Pizza Hut. It was at Pizza Hut. One night I was closing.
Okay.
And this Pizza Hut would close at midnight. And what would end up happening is I'd get all my like closing work done at like 10, and then just have nothing to do but sit there for 2 hours until I was let go. So I was just sitting in the break room, and I was pretty hot and heavy with this one girl, and she sends me this paragraph. I'm just sitting in the break room. She sends me this paragraph, and like, the whole nine.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is over. It's Jover.
So Jover.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, what am I like? I'm 17 years old. One of my first heartbreaks. I'm sitting there in my pizza job, and in the whole get up, in the Pizza Hut apron, in the hat, and the shirt, just sitting there.
The non-slip shoes.
And I'm just reading the non-slip shoes. I'm sitting there reading this, and I like tears are welling.
Oh yeah.
And like people are walking in and out of this break room, of course. So I gotta compose.
Yeah,
myself.
maintain a little bit.
Yeah. It's just like You know, and then yeah, it was like this doesn't need to happen. Just have the decency.
I'm gonna go a little different route, but it's the same concept.
Yeah.
So, in my longest relationship, this person had a secondary Twitter account that I was unfamiliar with. I wasn't aware of. But one day I received a post, like just a nice post, you know. But this person forgot to switch their account. And this kind of goes to the whole privacy thing that we are lacking in today's society.
Yeah.
There were multiple posts about me, tearing me down in a variety of ways. And I'm at my grandparents' house on Thanksgiving, reading the worst things that have ever been said about me.
Yeah.
And I have to wait. These grandparents lived about 2 hours from here, so it was like a couple-day event. I had to just dwell on that and wait to have that conversation. And it's the craziest part to me is it's out there for anyone to read. Anyone who wanted to see it could have read it, even if I wasn't dropped by name. It's about me. And it was just such an invasion of privacy, much less demoralizing to read. So I completely get where you're coming from on that, even if they are in different... It's a different venue, but it's the same too, you know?
Yeah.
Bring back carrier pigeons, Doug.
The original text. No, I feel like it's become a crutch.
100%.
I guess, you know, the internet as a whole, but it's like, if it's easier, we'll just do it that way, even if it's, you know, it's bad for us in the long run. Yeah,
It's things people really should never have had to deal with, but the way society has gone, we are forced to deal with.
yeah,
And it's not what you want.
right. It's like Wall-E.
It's Wall-E, dude.
It's Wall-E.
Especially now, kids these days, they ain't even got a pedal. Their bikes, they're all electric.
Yeah.
It's still, dude, Wall-E's
It's like-
becoming more and more true every day.
Let's stop.
I promise we're not both 50 years old. These are just things we think about.
It's hard.
It's hard. What do you say we wrap this here before things get too crazy?
Yeah, I think this is a good stopping point.
Let's call it a day, son.